So there you go. That is chapter 21. Now for our application. Notice that God had higher expectations for those who were in leadership in the camp of Israel. As we just talked about, the high priest was expected to maintain a sanctified lifestyle beyond that of the common people. And in the modern church, God continues to have higher expectations for those who seek leadership positions. The Apostle Paul gives a unique set of qualifications for those who wanted to serve the church in the role as an elder in 1 Timothy chapter 3 and in Titus chapter 1, verses 5 through 9. Those qualifications must be met and maintained in order for a person to serve. Those qualifications, just by nature of them being qualifications, are exclusive. They exclude people whose lives don't meet a certain standard, which is essential to protecting the sanctity of the church. And any attempt to ease or to try to water down the necessary requirements is a disrespect to the church that Jesus died to purchase. And one of the reasons I want to make this the application is because we live in an inclusive culture, right? We always want to include people. We don't want anyone to be excluded. And so sometimes we tend to, if somebody wants to become an elder and they don't quite meet the qualifications, we say, it's okay, maybe they can meet the qualifications later. They requested this. Everyone knows that they want this position. It would be embarrassing for us not to give it to them. So maybe we can ease some of these qualifications a little bit and kind of let them slide in and hope they do better in the future. No. That is not the game that the church is playing. That is not why God gave those requirements. You notice here God's unapologetic exclusions. He said, if you don't meet these qualifications, you're not fit to lead. Why was that? It was because of the importance of the institution. In this case, it was the tabernacle. It was the place of the presence of God. You didn't go in there unless you were a man qualified to do it. Well, the church really isn't that much different in the sense that it is the center of God's presence on earth, and it is an extraordinarily valuable and sanctified organization that we cannot afford to give over into the hands of unqualified people in order to lead. God set it up a certain way for a reason. It's because the church is extremely important. It needs to be led by men whose lives reflect their respect for God and lifelong commitment to God. And so in this case, we need to embrace exclusion rather than inclusion and respect the qualifications that God has given.